Yeah, what is good? My birthday, what is good, yo? So, I just want to make something very quick because to me, it feels obvious, but for others who I've seen watch just the anime or haven't played the game or seen the anime and they're interested in it because there's more and more Persona stuff like popping up. Like ever since Smash, ever since we finally got the announcement for Persona 5 Strikers coming out for the West. So a lot of things have caught people's eyes, and I was asked if I've seen the anime like 3 times by some of my anime people. So I wanted to drop something special for them why I think the video game is so much more important to play than watching the anime. The anime is essentially just it feels more like a recap than an actual telling of the story. Because, first of all, with Joker being the way he is, he's not that big on personality. He's not someone that he's supposed to be the outspoken and you pay attention to every word he says type of deal. He's just not. And that is how he is in the video game because that's your role. Your role is to put in those lines and choose, out of like 3 different things you can say, what A, you would choose out of those 3 things, and B, you get the dialogue that you then know was chosen by yourself. With this, it's just like they beat the game one way, and you're just seeing the dialogue they chose throughout that one playthrough. So that's one weird part about it. The other weird part is Joker doesn't really belong in the show until like stuff pop off, right? Like once they're in a palace, it feels like Joker's becomes the most important character, or at least as important as the other characters, seeing how all of the speaking roles literally go to every single person you meet and how passionate they are to kind of understand if they have a rebel inside of them or maybe if they have a distorted castle, or a distorted area within them. So um, to think that Joker, of all people, was this main character of the show, it felt so out of place. But the only reason why I'm telling you this as well is because the fighting is way, way, way misunderstood, or it's hard to interpret through the anime. Because imagine something that takes you, 5 minutes, 6 minutes is now cut down into a 30-second fight, like casting one spell and then it's over. Like literally, they all did one attack. It destroyed people, or like when they fight in the boss fight with one fight, it is pretty much ended in a quick and in a hurry after he pretty much pulls out his gun and shoots one bullet and it destroys the crown. Like it's very very quick to the point, heavily suggesting stuff from the video game, and that's why I think the video game is the true medium that you want to go through. It has every single thing that happens in the anime, but some of the stuff is even more elaborated on with certain dialogues not really showcasing in the anime, which makes sense because they're on a time constraint and the video game was only on the only restraint it was on besides whatever the deadline was to make this game as best as possible, and that's what they did. And I feel like the animation uh, was definitely done second because of how the animation. Well, maybe not. The animation and the game could have been done at the same time. I just feel like the game has way more noticeable plot threads and way more feeling to it because you're the one actually doing it. You won't get to these parts until you yourself get there. And out of everything that they don't show is, or uh, they literally just sell it out and just get rid of it, is the mementos grinding. Because in the mementos, like Morgana said, like that's how you connect with the other ones. Like that's how you connect with those other souls, or get to lower levels to mess with the castles and stuff like that. And then you go to the flip side of the next line that he says after they handle someone down there who, small fry or not, he still helps you get further down into the mementos. And he's like, oh, well, for now on, we'll never handle small fries again. We'll only deal with the big guys. Which I think is said in the game, which is fair. But in the game, you still have a chance to go through your phone, look through all of the Phantom Thieves messages and requests, and find out who you can help and take care of, and all that stuff does not completely stop you from doing the story. There is a time constraint on the story, like where you said when you pull out your calling card, you only have like a day to do it. Like all that stuff's in the game. But before you get that far into all that, you can literally help as many people as possible. And if you're quick enough and if you're skilled enough, you can save every single person in those requests, and you wind up, getting new dialogue throughout with new characters that don't even show up in this anime because, well, they show up, but they have no real potential roles because they're small fries, right? Because that's not a big enough focus for them to focus on anime wise. But video game, they give you it all. So if you really want to play a Persona and get like even more stuff that the anime and the first Persona didn't do, Royal would be your best bet. But if you just want to have that Persona 5 that the anime pretty much was referencing from, it's the normal Persona 5, and it's one of the best games that I played that's turn-based in the case of music, in the case of the characters growing over time, and especially with the ending and what it sets up throughout the rest of the whole entire game if you do choose to reset and play again. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening. I apologize, there's not as much anime out right now, but sooner or later everything's going to start dropping after New Year's, so I just gotta find stuff to put on the channel until then, so I hope this satisfies you. Check out Persona 5, the video game, please, before you watch the anime. The anime treats it like it's this quick show bopper, and the game really gives you a chance to fight and see all the other personas that are even out there, and instead of using the same ones over and over for quite some time, like inside that castle with the first guy, showing just the pixie and then one horse and then uh, the thing in the jar a couple times, or one time, and then Joker makes his own thing in a jar. Like they kind of just wanted some easy money off the animation, it felt like, but they got all the voice actors from the dub, which is how I played it, which they're all amazing and delivered well. But there is a sub and a dub, just FYI. But with all that being said, take care and peace.